Good afternoon and welcome to the daily briefing at the St. Clair County EMA office, where I'm joined with Chairman Kern and today Assistant EMA Director Brian Whitaker, who will be bringing us the numbers today. Brian?
Thank you. For today, St. Clair County has tested 61,869, which is an increase of 1,046. Of that, we've had 5,775 positives, which is an increase of 92. Those are males and females in their teens to their 100s, which gives us a daily county positivity rate of 8.8%. We have 56,094 negatives, 174 deaths, so we're happy to report no additional deaths today. And for those that have completed their IDPH required 10-day isolation period, we are at 4,903. For the state totals, we have tested 3,973,089 with a positive number of 231,363. That's an increase of 1,880 today. And for deaths, unfortunately, the state is adding 11 new deaths, bringing our statewide total of deaths to 8,008. And our thoughts and prayers go out to those families of those individuals that have lost their battle with this. For hospitalization numbers, for St. Clair County hospitals, we are currently having 49 COVID-related patients, with 4 of those patients on ventilators. And for our regional hospitals, the regional hospitals have 86 COVID-related patients, with 12 of them on ventilators. And we are happy to report that we have no changes to any of our congregate or long-term care facilities in St. Clair County. Quite often we talk about the age range of the patients, and everyone says it was only the older folks and then it's become the younger folks. Well, today we've actually seen something where across most age groups we're fairly consistent. In the teens today we saw 14 new COVID patients. In the 20s we saw 15. In the 30s we saw 11. In the 40s we saw 14. In the 50s we saw 12. In the 60s, we saw 13. Then the 70s were 7, 80s were 5, and we had one person over 100. So it was one of the first days that we've seen kind of a across-the-board consistency among a majority of the age groups from teens through their 60s. So I'd like to turn over to Chairman Kern now for his update.
We appreciate, Brian, you're always working on those numbers. You keep track of them, you kind of live with them.
Become very familiar with them.
Did they rattle around in your head at night?
Sometimes, yeah. Usually early in the morning I start thinking about them again.
Well, we appreciate you thinking about them, that's for sure.
Thank you.
So at this time, we'll go into the zip code reports for today. In 62059, we remain the same at 11. 62201, we also remain the same at 220. In 62203, we go up by 2 to 177. 62204 stays the same at 127. 62205 goes up by 1 to 177. 62206 stays the same at 403. 62207 goes up by 1 to 228. 62208 goes up by 4 today to 346. And 62220 goes up by 10 to 453. 62221 goes up by 12 to 551. 62223 goes up by 7 to 329. 62225 stays the same at 23. 62226 goes up by 14 to 614. 62232 goes up by 3 to 146. 62239 goes up by 4 to 80. 62240 goes up by 1 to 26. 62243 goes up by 3 to 74. 62254 goes down 1 today to 193. 62255 remains the same at 15. 62257 remains the same at 31. 62258 goes up 5 today to 135. 62260 goes up by 3 to 97. 62264 goes up by 3 to 84. 62269 goes up by 4 to 445. And finally, 62285 goes up by 2 COVID positive diagnoses to 62. Herb, regional positivity, the state at least pegs us today at 10.4% for the region. So we're still
Same as yesterday.
Same as yesterday. Haven't seen market improvement. We want to say our appreciation to Sheriff Watson. He was out, had patrols out last night, making sure that everyone's complying with the masks. I know they issued a couple citations, they counseled a couple places, so they are out, they're looking, they're making sure the rules are being followed, and we really appreciate the sheriff's dedication to the health and safety of the people of St. Clair County.
Well, and the sheriff, like you said, yes, and then of course the municipalities. Yesterday we received several complaints from different communities, and we forward that on to the local chiefs and the mayors, and they've been reporting back to us, and they've went out and addressed them. As we've said from day one, it's about compliance. Business owners have to try to control their employees, and that's what we're finding. A lot of it is the business owners are saying we're trying to comply. Yes, we're having problems with getting our employees sometimes not having a mask all the way on, but for the most part of it, what we're seeing is once they go out and make that notification, the business owners because nobody, as we said, wants to shut a business down, but we've got to have compliance. That's why we took the initiative of doing the countywide mask distributed, and we've got people calling and asking, as we reported yesterday, check with your local communities, your townships. They'll be making the arrangements and getting them out. So.
And we appreciate Belleville, I know, was handing out the masks that we gave them. We appreciate them taking that on and making sure that the St. Clair County masks get sent out to everybody in the community.
Yeah, it's the only way we're gonna get this thing stopped behind us. I was watching a couple of notes. Of course, the naysayers. One person said fake information. Of course, our good friend Randy Pierce was on there wanting to know what we would have to benefit from having fake information. So, again, you people who want to talk about it being fake, it being the flu, we're not going to change your mind. The only way you're going to change your mind is when the virus knocks on your door and it affects you or one of your loved ones, and then hopefully it's not too late to do that. For the Team St. Clair, we appreciate all the support. I know a couple of you private messaged me this morning. I know you're pulling your hair out. I know you're getting aggravated. No more than what we are. The stress is there. Sam is absent today, but she's at the health office looking at the numbers. And I know she's probably tuned in today to make sure we're doing everything the right way. But there's no day off. It's 7 days a week what we've been doing here, and we're doing it because it's the right thing we have to do. Tomorrow will be our question and answer session, so there will be a portal come up later on this evening. If you got any questions you'd like for us to try to answer, feel free to put them in there, and we'll try to answer as many as we can of them. We'll be back momentarily with Cindy to translate into the Spanish communities, and then we'll be back here tomorrow afternoon at 3:30. Have a good evening.